Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Joey Moss with Bad Boy Gaming. Wow, do we have the infinite combo craziness going on with this set? I'll tell you what, and one of these combos is even in standard. That's right, one of these new infinite combos discovered is in standard. Let's start breaking things down. Remember, a great way to support the channel for absolutely free, simply subscribe, hit the like button. Please hit the like button, it does help out a lot. Let's get into this. Plaza of Harmony. When Plaza of Harmony enters the battlefield, if you control 2 or more gates, you gain 3 life. Add a color list by tapping it, or by tapping it, add 1 mana of any color that a gate you control could produce. Gates Ablaze is a 3-drop. Gates Ablaze deals X damage to each creature, where X is the number of gates you control. Hooray for gates. I'm just glad there's some crazy synergy gate decks that are brewing out there, and we haven't seen all of the gate builds just yet. There's still another 100 to, I think 150 cards still to go in this set. So a lot more kind of gate cards are going to be coming our way. Cinder Vines. Good old Cinder Vines. Control hate, thank God. Oh, for sure. In Gruul colors. Enchantment, which is ironic when we read the text box. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Cinder Vines deals 1 damage to that player. Don't you think? And then for 1 colorless, sacrifice Cinder Vines, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cinder Vines deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. Not exactly sure where this is going to fit into our standard, but in modern, for sure, I'm sure this will be in some sideboards. Maybe even see some play. Not too certain yet. Incubation Druid. Here's one of our first infinite combos. That's right. We go infinite with Incubation Druid. It's a 2-drop Elf Druid with a rare. Tap it. Add 1 mana of any type that a land you control could produce. If Incubation Druid has a +1/+1 counter on it, add 3 mana of that type instead. It does have Adapt for 3, which is if this creature has no +1/+1 counters on it, put 3 +1/+1 counters on it. It is a 0/2. Yeah, of course, easy to remove, but Deuce Drop. And the only other similar card like this, it's going for like $40. And it's not as good as that one, but this one nonetheless still pretty good. Let's show the infinite combo. So you get your +1/+1 counter on Incubation Druid, let's just say. You bring it into play. We have liquid metal coating. It's a Deuce Drop. Tap it. Target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types until end of turn. We're going to put that on our Druid. Then we use good old Voltaic Construct. It's a 4-drop. For Deuce, untap target artifact creature. You see what's going on here? We get the 3 mana because we have the +1/+1 counter on Druid. It's considered an artifact creature right now. We just pay 2 over to Construct, and then we untap our Druid. Produce 3 mana. Go to our Construct. Pay Deuce. Untap Druid. Repeat the process over and over and over again. I wonder if there's a way in standard for this to happen. There might be. I think there is. I'm going to figure it out. I'm pretty certain that there is, though. If anyone else has figured this one out yet in standard, please let me know what all cards are used. But I'm going to look into this. And if we haven't seen it yet, maybe we're getting close to seeing it. Maybe we just need that right card. We'll find out soon. Skewer of the Critics. Skewer the Critics. Forget about Shockland being there. It's a spectacle. Again, you may cast this spell for its spectacle cost rather than its mana cost if an opponent lost life this turn. I usually don't talk about commons, but Skewer is worth talking about. You're going to see play sets of it, guaranteed. Skewer the Critic deals 3 damage to any target. This is going to go great in all of our aggressive, crazy, we all hate them, those red decks that blow us out by turn 4, and we lose and then cry to our moms. Skewer the Critics will definitely see some play. Just think about it. All you got to do is hit your opponent with a shock, and then this acts like a lightning bolt. It's sorcery speed, which is the downside. It's okay. Also, lightning strikes. There's tons of other cards can get the spectacle going. As long as your opponent has 1 damage that was dealt to him this turn, good to go. What else we got? Font of Agonies. This is cool. Really slow, but it synergizes well in the right deck, and mostly your life gain and drains. And you guys know I love my black-white. It's my second favorite next to Gruul. Actually, it might be favorite. It might be my favorite. Font of Agonies. Love the artwork on it. I'll say that first off. Love all Magic artwork. Really cool. It's an enchantment for 1. Whenever you pay life, put that many blood counters on Font of Agonies. For Deuce, remove 4 blood counters from Font of Agonies. Destroy target creature. Now, yeah, essentially you have to pay 4 of your own life. Okay, you pay 4 life, you get a counter for each one of those life paid, and then you're able to tap 2, and you can remove the 4 blood counters and destroy target creature. In the right kind of build, this thing is stupid. Adonto Vanguard, just an example. Throwing it out there. It has to pay 4 life. Adonto Vanguard gains an indestructible on its turn. So you pay the 4 life, boom, you got your 4 counters on it, you tap 2, you destroy something already right there. Argyle's Bloodfast, Deuce drop to ring out, legendary enchantment for 2, pay 2 life, draw a card. Right there. Doom Whisperer. It has their Surveil 2 when you pay 2 life. Again, paying life. Blood Operative. The second or the third ability down there, whenever you surveil, if Blood Operative is in your graveyard, you may pay 3 life. If you do, return Blood Operative to your hand. Paying life yet again. Vana, Butcher of Magan. This thing's really cool. A neat trick with it. With that other card, it'll combo nicely. It's a 5-drop. Vigilance and Lifelink. You tap it, you pay 7 life. Destroy target 9-land permanent. Activate its ability only during your turn. So you pay 7 life. And that almost gives your original card the option. You're just 1 life away from paying 4 and removing 8 blood counters, and then just going to Pound Town on your opponent. And right there, you're getting 3 kills for all the life paid. You're killing off 3 creatures. Really cool with Magan. Glorifier of Dusk, another card that's in standard currently. Pay 2 life. Glorifier of Dusk gains flying till end of turn. Pay 2 life. Glorifier of Dusk gains vigilance until end of turn. Wouldn't that be stupid if it said it gains lifelink until end of turn? I'm just saying. Probably won't see this card heavily used, but possibility, maybe in a vampire build or something. I mean, I'm seeing some synergy going on here, guys. Just saying. Lycia, in Commander. Deals Sanguine Tribune. Really cool. Its ability is pay 5 life. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on Lycia. Activates ability only on your turn and only once each turn. But you can pay life anytime you want. You get that other enchantment out, start destroying stuff. Godless Shrine, you're paying 2 life just for that alone. Just for the shock life. So a lot of cool little neat tricks to go with this enchantment. I'm pretty pumped about it. You know I'm going to make a deck around it. It's already going to happen. Angel of Grace, this goes with the other card as well. It's a new angel. I think it was dropped last night. But it's got flash and flying. It's a 5-drop. When Angel of Grace enters the battlefield until end of turn, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1. Reduces it to 1 instead. And then for 6, exile Angel of Grace from your graveyard. Your life total becomes 10, 5/4. Now, there are a lot of cards that do say if your life total is less than 10, if your life total is less than 5, you know, like the Angle's Bloodfast or whatever. Is it Angile? Pangile? Pangea? Pagans? I don't know. But anyway, this card goes great with those kind of cards because it's like an end game, you know? You drained a bunch of your life. You're going to want to use these kind of cards in a life gain drain type of deck. But this would be probably a 3 of in that deck, in that build, I would assume. I'll put a deck together around it. I didn't think a whole lot of Angel of Grace until I saw that 1-drop Black Enchantment. And then I'm starting to think maybe we can make something happen here. It's a real possibility. And also, Angel and Demon deck. I want to build one, but I don't think it was ready. This standard this new Ravnica set might allow us to construct a successful Angel Demon build. I'm not sure, but I would love to put those 2 together. Lumbering Battlement. The other infinite loop. You just need 3 of them. You got to have 3. That's the trick. But Lumbering Battlement, it's a 5-drop. Vigilance, when Lumbering Battlement enters the battlefield. Exile any number of other non-token creatures you control until it leaves the battlefield. Lumbering Battlement gets +2/+2 for each card exiled with it. It's a 4/5. Pretty cool card. So if you have like a Vioshino Pyromancer on the battlefield, you're able to exile it. You need 3 of these, though. You can exile your other battlements, and then you're basically going to bring them back, and then boom, when the Pyromancer hits, blast them again. It's an infinite loop with 3 of them. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, you might be thinking, how do I get 3 of them out in the battlefield? Like a quasi-duplicate or something along those lines. You need something. No, that probably wouldn't work. Probably not even a clone, because once it's exiled, I think the token goes away. Unless if it's a copy of the creature, I think that's different. So I think that would apply. You got to be really careful with the text of some of these cards. But regardless, 3 Lumbering Battlements, infinite loop in standard, infinite damage with Vioshino Pyromancer. Ridiculous. Okay, I want to try this out, especially on Arena. That'll be fun. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Aristocrats back and in full effect. Hooray. This is cool. Definitely be afraid. This is our sack sink right here. Priest of Forgotten Gods is a deuce drop. Human Cleric. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature. And it ramps. Add 2 swamps and draw a card. This thing's nuts, man. I'm going to find a way to make this thing just busted. It's going to be completely broken, and we're just going to go to Pound Town on our opponent. It's going to be a lot of fun. Be very afraid. Aristocrats are back. This is the card we were looking for sure. Spirit of the Spires. It's a 4-drop. Other creatures you control with flying get +0/+1. It's a deuce 4. Who cares? In limited, you're going to care. Outside of limited, not really. Fireblade Artist, a deuce drop. Cool artwork on that guy. It's got haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a creature. When you do, Fireblade Artist deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Not bad. I think it's pretty decent. I'm not sure how much play it's going to see. I'm not sure what all kind of decks it's going to fit into. Again, I like anything that deals damage to planeswalkers. I think that's fun. Then we have Shark to Crab over here. It's a fish octopus crab. Get out of here. 4-drop would adapt for 1. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Shark to Crab, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It's a 4/4. Does that remind you of something? Street Sharks! Dun, dun. Who remembers Street Sharks? Yeah, that is Street Sharks in a nutshell, man. That's exactly what I'm seeing when I look over here. I'm seeing Street Sharks. Yes, I know. Street Sharks are back, guys. The 90s are back. Let's have some fun. Jinko, anyone? Revival for Deuce and Revenge for 6. Revival, return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, yippee. That's going to be fun to use and abuse. Revenge is a 6-drop. Too bad they're both sorcery. Double your life total. Target opponent loses half their life rounded up. I want you guys to do some research. You tell me how Revenge can be beneficial. We talked about it last night in the live stream. We brought this card up on screen and we gave it a big round of applause. And we talked about all the cards that it would synergize beautifully with. I cannot remember all the names of them, so I'm asking you guys. Do a little bit of homework, do a bit of research, and let me know what you come up with. What would be a great synergy for Revival and Revenge in a standard deck? Clan Guild Mage and Davin's Acuity. For Deuce dropping rule, we have a Human Shaman. For 2, tap it. Target creature can't block this turn. That alone's not bad. I would expect nothing less out of my red. For 3, target land you control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature with haste until end of turn. It's still a land. Nice, neat little trick there. I like that it does have trample. Does it have trample? No? It only has haste? They needed to give it trample. There's a problem there. All right, I'm not sold on this one. If it had trample, I would really love it. Clan Guild Mage, it's solid. Probably not the best Guild Mage we've seen, but being as it can't block, you're making something that can't be blocked. Target creature can't block this turn. That's pretty big. So this is definitely going to see some play. I mean, you can put this on one of your a Convoke Worm. Get that worm convoked, the Great Worm, and then you go ahead and target creature can't block this turn. Oh, it's target creature. Sorry, I don't know why I was reading that backwards. You can make one large creature not block. I guess it's really not that good. Honestly, Guild Mage, you failed me. Davin's Acuity. It's a 3-drop enchantment. When Davin's Acuity enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and draw a card. Yeah, Guild Mage is not that great. Whenever you cast an instant spell during your main phase, you may return Davin's Acuity to its owner's hand. All I'm seeing when I'm reading this is another means of support for Teferi. That's all I just read. Hero of Precinct 1. Fun artwork on there. It's basically identical to Young Pyromancer, only it's a deuce. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Pyromancer, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 red elemental creature token. Very cool, very nice. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a hidden word there. You see it? Whoops. Mirror March Infinite? Possibly? With Palinchron. This thing came out in Urza's Saga. I remember when it was 50 cents for this card. Now it's probably like $50 or something. Mirror March. It's a 6-drop. Whenever, it's an enchantment as well. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, flip a coin until you lose a flip. For each flip you won, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Those tokens gain haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. Palinchron, 7-drop, flying. When Palinchron enters the battlefield, untap up to 7 lands. For 4, return Palinchron to its owner's hand. How does this go infinite? I'm going to let this young chap over here explain because I was just like, holy smokes. So here's the theory. Stanton over here, busting out. He's probably a mathematician or something. Who knows? Probably not. But I know I'm for sure no mathematician. But he's going to give it a go. The card is called Mirror Match. Whoops. As far as I understand, the interaction, each heads you flip when you play. Now, he substituted Fedar Guardian for the Palinchron. So keep that in mind. Instead of the Guardian, we're going to say Palinchron. So heads you flip when you play the Palinchron with Mirror Match March on the battlefield allows you to blink the original Palin and repeat the process all over again. So in effect, the interaction becomes flip a coin until you have flipped more tails than heads and create a token for each heads. So here's his little breakdown. So what is the expected stopping time of this process? To sketch a proof, let P be the probability that you flip tails, and let A be the expected number of flips until this process stops. On the first flip, you either flip tails and stop with probability P, or with probability 1-P. You get heads and start a new series where you have to flip 2 more tails than heads, which has twice the stopping time, or 2A. This means A equals 1 plus parentheses 1-P on parentheses 2 times A. Or A equals 1 with a divided by, I believe, 2P-1 and parentheses, which approaches infinity as P approaches half. So what does this mean? Not much. The probability that you will eventually stop flipping coins is 1, but the average number of coin flips is infinite. I.e., if you simulated this process a large number of times, the observed average stopping time will tend to grow, never converging. To put this in perspective, there's only about a 25% chance of getting at least 5 tokens, but there's about a 10% chance of getting 50 or more tokens and a 3% chance of getting 500, and the odds decrease very, very slowly as you go higher. Holy smokes. What do you guys think of that? Is this something you want to try out? If you do try it out, by all means, let me know. Let me know how it worked out for you. Ridiculous, infinite, if it can go infinite. I think it's possible. Maybe not infinite. There has to be an end, I guess, at some point. But the amount of tokens that one would create is ridiculous. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. Let me know your favorite spoiler from today. Leave me a skadoosh in the comments. Definitely hit that like button. And I will see you next time. Have a good day.